Good evening, everyone. A very warm welcome to all of you. The topic that we are
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, and the topic
Good evening,
is
madam.
good evening.
Good evening, madam.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. Let us do one thing. Uh, as more and more of you are joining, before we start, let us do a namaste in our own local language when I say 1, 2, 3. So everybody is going to do wish each other namaste in their own language. So keep your audio on just for that few seconds. We do that and then we start the session. So we will do namaste in our language to everyone. 1, 2, and 3.
வணக்கம்
Vanakkam.
Namaste to all. Good evening.
Vanakkam.
வணக்கம்
அனைவருக்கும்
Thank you so much. The format is we have 45 minutes. What I'll do, I'll take 5 minutes and I will give a quick introduction about us, who we are, and then our expert is going to lead the session. He's going to talk about the topic for 25-30 minutes, and then we will have Q&A for next 10-15 minutes. So in the interest of time, I start with a quick introduction about us. I'm going to share my screen. So as a team of career counselors, psychologists, educators, industry experts, and yes, happy parents, we have been a 12-year-old organization with an experience of 150 years as a team. And we have been focusing our focus now for the next 10 years is on career counseling, training, and coaching. We believe and stand to our principles, which we also bring it to our practice. And in every part of our action, we believe that each one of us has developed habit where we want to excel. Our purpose has been to build communities of achievers who believe in simplicity, who believe in beauty of life, who believe that everybody has potential and that potential can be nurtured. And everybody is supporting each other to build that potential, to explore that potential. And how we have been doing it and how we plan to do it through our 3 business verticals: trainings, career counseling and guidance, and coaching. Since our topic is around the training part of it, so I've just mentioned that training we do with educational institutions, small and mid-sized businesses, and corporates and NGOs. A little bit about us, about the team. I'm Harmeet, one of the co-founders of Fermata Consulting. Started my journey as an educator, moved on to becoming an entrepreneur, wearing different hats as a business consultant, facilitator, career counselor, mentor, and in that journey has also been a parent of 2 teenage kids. I love working with young adults, I love working with parents, and I love working with people who want to explore their potential. Along with me, our other co-founders are Mr. Suresh Tyagarajan, who brings in 35 years of industry experience in the core area of quality processes. Being an engineer himself, has a wide and huge experience in the industry. We have in our team as co-founder Dr. Indrajit Kaur, who is an educator with 50 years of experience, retired there, and now giving back to the society by supporting an NGO in various skill development programs. We have a coach and a counselor in our team, Ms. Uma Arun, who is a co-founder, and she comes with huge entrepreneurial experience along with the key skill in coaching. Our advisor, Dr. Richard, comes with 25 years of experience. He has been he is part of many nodal bodies in areas of life skills and family counseling. He's the key expert today also, who's going to lead the session. So that's a little bit about us. Anything more that you require, we will share our contact details later, and you can get in touch with us. You have my email ID, you have my phone number, and you can get in touch, and more details can be provided. One sec, sorry. I will now hand it over to Dr. Richard to lead the session.
Thank you, Madam Hermi. And dear friends, let me start sharing the screen first. You're able to see the screen, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay, so dear friends, thank you at the outset for your, okay. So friends, I'm happy that, thank you at the outset for your time and the opportunity that you have given us to share some of our perspective on how we can stay positive during this COVID-19. You know that all of us are experiencing an unprecedented experience. At least in our generation, this is the first time. And to many of us, this is the first time that we are experiencing. Hence, knowing some understanding, anything that we don't understand, we criticize it. That's a simple human logic. That's the reason many people are not still serious about it. Only when it strikes personally, people become more serious. That's one aspect. The other one is we have seen a group of people who have become over serious about what is happening. So hence, it is a high time that we have the right information so that you are able to deal and with it effectively. Now, what do you look at this picture and what's wrong in this picture?
So the purpose of having this topic was also to have it a more a preventive approach than a curative approach. Because it's easy to prevent things, the effort is less, it can come naturally, but when we have to cure something, it becomes a difficult task because it may not fall into our style of doing things. And that is why we thought that this topic becomes important at this point of time. All of us are not only dealing with this, but we have to help others to deal with it. So sometimes it becomes, we may be strong mentally, we are keeping ourselves strong mentally, but is it possible for me to help someone else? Help a friend, help a colleague, help a young adult, own child, or another young adult, so that all of us can sail through this very strongly. Video, please.
What I was sharing is about we are living in an unprecedented time, and it has affected us all aspects of our life. To say psychologically, okay, the major problem that most of the people that they are facing is boredom, monotony, and excessive screen time. I mean, if you are a person working from home, I'm sure you have a lot of time spending in front of your laptop. This is one aspect. The second aspect is professionally, generally, when you look at it, one is the work from concept. You know that earlier you were away only for a few hours, and then when you come back, there is a strong bond that was also existing. As a family counselor, we are seeing a lot of cases, people spending, four walls, within four walls, and spending a lot of time. That has created a lot of stress and, a lot of other issues that crop up. The third one is social, okay, psychologically, so professionally, socially, and you're not able to meet your friends, no offline social gatherings. There is something called a social isolation, which majority of the people that we are going through. And the last and the most important strike on most of the people during this lockdown or this pandemic is the financial crunch. Okay, many people have lost their jobs and cuts and less opportunities. This is the background with which we are talking out today. And today we have been, using the word challenge has been replaced by the word adaptability and the new words, terms like new normals. Now, one simple thing that all of you will agree with me is for most of us, the sleep pattern has changed. Either people sleep too much or people are not able to sleep. And focusing, not able to concentrate, or increased use of coffee, tea, tobacco, alcohol, smoking, all that has increased. And most people, a sense of loneliness, anxiety, stress, feeling of insecurity. And of course, fear of future, fear of failure, and above all, fear of death. Okay, now, friends, with this background, I invite you to re-look at what we are talking about today. Now, some of the basic realities. The first one, please remember, this too shall pass. Okay, this too shall pass. And what is important is the lessons that we have learned. And we know that change is the only permanent thing in life. This too will change. And many a times this we may recover economically after some time, but the emotional scars that we create, the psychological imprints that we create sometimes can remain all through our life. So the purpose of this session is to help us to re-look at the entire the trouble the whole world is facing, so that we are able to be better prepared. They are saying the second wave, third wave, so that that psychological health is more important than our physical health, because once in the mind you give up, it's gone. And all of us are also aware that you have a very strong level of immunity development if we know how to deal with our mentally. If you are able to be strong, I think you will be able to do that. Right, so this is what I said, friends. The context has changed, and lot of problems that people are facing today. Now, as I said, change in sleep pattern, difficulty in sleeping or focusing, increased, loneliness, tobacco usage, anxiety, stress, all these have become major problems now. Now, the message that I would like to start with today is, dear friends, this too will pass. Hold on, don't give up. Okay, so many a times during these type of disruptive times that when we face in life, things will change, but the emotional scars that we create may be more. So therefore we need not give up. So to start with some suggestions, at any point of time anybody has a question, you can unmute and speak or put it in the chat box. Ma'am can read it for me. The first suggestion is, please reduce your news intake. Please reduce your news intake, and also reduce the news that you forward to others related to COVID. I will tell you why. Now, today we have got more than, number of news channels. Most of them are news hungry, and each one want to position themselves. And whatever we are expected to know about COVID, we already know it. Please understand. All of us know what is needed, enough information that we have. So do not start comparing every half an hour, every 10 minutes, or every app that gives you that news, because the more and more negative news that we receive, we become more and more negative, we become more and more hopeless. So one suggestion that which we try with most of our clients is daily digital detoxification, triple D. Okay, this is a simple exercise. Try the amount of time that you can spend without any digital equipments with you. Morning when you get up, as soon as looking at the mobile is clear, no, because the moment you start with your life, the day with your social media, you get into something called the social anxiety. It puts you into a tremendous amount of stress. All of us know about FOMO, FOMO, fear of missing out. So you feel that a lot of things happening where you are not part of it. This can start. This daily digital detoxification help us to stay calm, Stay calm without any of these digital this thing that can put you into a more restless. First one. Second one, plan your finance, create a line of difference between needs and wants. This is the time, because whatever we may say and do, at the end of the day, money matters. Money can definitely be a stress creator. All of us know money is definitely a mental problem. That's why we call it a fundamental problem. Okay, right. And the third suggestion is have a goal. And one goal that we can think about is losing a weight. Losing a weight can be a very good goal. And this is the time. And develop something called emotional resilience. Another suggestion is maintain physical distance, but improve your social connections. Maintain physical distance. So talk to your people, and be in touch with your own friends and family members. These are all, see friends, what I'm saying is a simple common sense ideas, but only thing is we all need some reminders so that we are able to practice. Now another major thing that we need to have is something called, what we call it, a paradigm shift. Okay, we need to shift our focus, the way that we think, to a new way of thinking. Okay, right. The first one is, instead of thinking I am stuck at home, think I am safe at home. When you think that I am always at home, please think at least I am not in the hospital. Right? When you think that I am always in the four walls, at least I am safe with my family members. You know that the number of things that's happening negative, people who are very close. Earlier we thought the first wave was somewhere happening. Now today it is very close to us. Okay. Now when you get a negative thought, I will get sick, let's replace it with I will self-isolate and wash my hands, and this will significantly decrease my chances of getting sick. Or I will always move around with mask. Okay. Or I will
Dr.
run out of
Richard?
items.
Dr.
Yes,
Richard,
ma'am.
I've received the PPT. Do you want me to share that? You want to try that
Yes,
once?
ma'am. Please share, ma'am.
Can you please stop sharing the screen? Then I'll do that.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you.
The meantime, if there are any questions, we can, specific questions. Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Beautiful.
Can we make it slideshow?
Yes. Good, ma'am. Right. Friends, I was asking, what is wrong with this picture? Okay. So please, you can tell me or put it in the chat box. What's wrong with this picture?
He never sees opportunities.
Okay, Rajkumar sir, thank you. He never had any opportunity. Okay, right?
So there is a barrier between two.
Okay, the wall. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Hari Prasad. Okay.
He does not
Anything
use
else?
the
Anything
resource
else?
properly.
Thank you, Satish Kumar sir. Dear friends, that's what I would like to. So if you just call that person and ask, what do you want? He will definitely say, please give me some more ladders so that I can look at the other side. Okay, all of us would agree with me. What he needs is not more ladders, knowing how to use one ladder. Okay. Thank you, Adinarayana Murthy sir. Okay, not utilizing the resource properly. That's exactly is the challenge and problem today. It is not that we do not have the information. Friends, we are living in the best time of the history. Please understand. Okay, when I say best time, I'm not referring to Corona. What I'm saying is that maximum, that when HIV was there, came to be being, and then it took almost so many years to find out the vaccine. Whereas today, in December, they identified the virus. In January, February, the vaccine was already ready. So, which means technology is there, resources are there, but only thing is people should know how to make use of the resources. Yes, ma'am.
I can move forward. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, so I stopped here. Please maintain physical distance, but then improve your social connections, because all of us need somebody to say that I am with you, you are with me. Okay, one of my students have started a very good exercise every day, sending one message to one of the friends, are you safe? Whether things are, this it's a time also to create an emotional bond with each other. Yes, ma'am. This is what I was saying, dear friends. Please have a mind shift focus. Okay, all of us know about that, growth mindset, negative mindset, and a growth mindset. Growth mindset takes you to a forward, progressive. Okay, so whichever situations, or what we call it, a negative situations, negative people, please avoid, so that it's not only for during pandemic, even otherwise, when we stay positive, when we change the environment, we would be much more positive. Yes. Okay, so this is a famous theory of Stephen Covey. This is called the two circles theory. Okay, now this theory says in all our lives there are two circles. Okay, everybody has a two circle. The first circle, which is outer circle, is what we call it a circle of concern. Now, circle of concern is those things that we cannot do anything about it. For example, the international climate, the political climate, the situation, reaction of your boss, okay, your neighbors, the mood. Okay, we cannot predict. But inside, there is a smaller circle, which is called a circle of influences, those things that we can do something about it. Now, successful people, happy people, positive people, they always keep focusing on the circle of influence. At any point of time, they keep doing something that they can do about it instead of worrying about what is outside. Now, next slide, ma'am. Now, I am applying this theory to the current pandemic, to this COVID crisis. Please look at the slide closely, dear friends. Now, when you look at the circle of concern, we have all these issues, the COVID issues, the politics that people say that is played around it, the news media, the behavior of the other people, and the lack of infrastructure, the vaccine availability, non-availability, social media, okay, the economy, the government policies, all these things we cannot do anything about it. Please understand. And what we can do about it, circle of influence or circle of control. What is that? We can eat healthy, we can limit the news, social media, physical and breathing exercises. Okay, so don't over socialize on go on vacation, being very, very mindfulness and positive thinking and developing we feeling about it. So therefore, dear friends, instead of worrying about what is not there, so my humble suggestion is please focus on what you can do about it. Yes, ma'am. So there are different approaches are there, but we are talking about one approach of life skills. Okay, but I will skip here. I will end with a few suggestions. Then we will take it up some questions. Yes, ma'am. Now, friends, please look at this. Yes, ma'am. Previous one, ma'am. Iceberg theory. Now, another theory that I would like to know for your perspective and understanding, this is an iceberg theory. Some of us would have known about it. Now, iceberg theory says that, in all our life, that in iceberg, there is only a tip is seen, only 20% seen, 80% is not seen. Now, if you apply this theory in our personal life, what people see as is about 20, remaining 80 is unseen. Now, this is the time to focus on that 80%. Okay, let us use this time to more for our personal discipline, more for work on spending more time, because tomorrow, once the lockdown is over, once the code, definitely things are going to change. We have lot of things to cherish. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, we will just skip, ma'am. Yeah, we will go straight away, go to the last few suggestions. Then I would take up. Maybe we can share these presentations with them. There's a life skills approach we promote, but then today, due to lack of time. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Okay, so friends, few suggestions. Number one, stop complaining. Don't complain. Please develop a sense of gratitude. Whenever anything goes wrong, the first thing that we need to take control is our emotion. Please understand. Whenever anything goes wrong in our life, first thing that we need to take control is our emotions. Now, this is the time to have an effective knowing how to deal with our emotions. I always tell, never allow your emotions to control you and never allow others to control your emotions. I repeat, never allow your emotions to control you and never allow others to control your emotions. Okay, now look at this picture. This toothbrush is complaining, I have the worst job in the world. I don't know what about the other fellow. Okay, so don't think that you're always at home. Think, be grateful that you're not in the hospital, right? This is a time to be more and more grateful. Okay, generally, even otherwise, to be happy in life, there are two basic formula we need to follow, dear friends. Gratitude to everything and forgiveness to everybody. This gratitude and forgiveness has got a tremendous amount of healing power, whether it is our personal life or professional life or our social life. Okay, these two components, forgiveness and gratitude, has got a tremendous amount of power. So this is the time to practice these two core elements of personal happiness and professional satisfaction. Yes, ma'am. This is what I said. Think of it. What you take for granted is a lifetime dream for somebody. Again, I am, friends, again and again, I am stressing, if you really want to stay positive, get over, don't just go through pandemic, grow through pandemic. Don't just go through pandemic, grow through pandemic. One way of growing through pandemic is being grateful to every small things. Okay, if you really do not know what you should be grateful for, just check your pulse. If you do not know what you should be grateful for, just check your pulse today. That we are alive today, where many of the people whom we know are not alive. So therefore, develop this sense of gratitude. There is a strong connection between gratitude and then, what do you call psychological well-being. People who are highly happy are also people who are highly grateful. Not that they do not have challenges, not that they do not have lack of resources, but with all that they are able to be grateful for. So therefore, developing an attitude of gratitude will help us to stay more happy and more positive. Yes, ma'am. Don't plan too much. This is a very interesting slide that I found somewhere. Okay, over planning also sometimes puts you into a, this fellow wants to commit suicide. You see, I don't know when tree will grow, when other things will happen. So over planning is also not required. Get into more of an action. Yes, ma'am. So friends, I would end with one important, philosophy of life. Okay, please listen. Pain is inevitable in life. Pain is inevitable in life. All of us need to go through pain, but we can choose the pain. There are two types of pain every human being goes through, part of human existence. First one is a pain of discipline. Second one is pain of regret. Pain of discipline is temporary and voluntary. Anybody can take the pain. And pain of regret, you do not have control. It is pushed on us and it is permanent. Think of so many things that we regret in life. Success of life, friends, in fact, is reducing the number of regrets that we have in life. Okay, so one way of regretting is to go through the pain of discipline, which is voluntary right now, so that once everything is over, we are able to be more positively say, yes, that I, not just go through pandemic, but grew through pandemic.
Should I stop sharing my screen?
Yes, ma'am. So if there are any specific questions, we would take it up, and then, from there we will take it forward.
Either you can write your questions in the chat box or you can speak, please.
Another suggestion, my favorite suggestion, dear friends, is develop a strong sense of humor. Humor can always help you to, not rumor, okay, not strong sense of rumor, strong sense of humor, okay. Humor, always helps us, to stay more comfortable in any situation.
So, based on the suggestions, are you following these practices? And sir, as you were mentioning, take a goal, just a goal to lose weight. That was very interesting one.
Yes, ma'am. I just have a lot of the memes also. There is an interesting picture of Mona Lisa has become fat during lockdown. It's a very funny. It was there in my part of it. I wanted to show because many children you would have observed they are not able to be recognized during vacations.
Yeah.
Right.
So questions are coming in the current situation. It is very difficult to focus. What are the suggestions to improve concentration?
Okay, that's a very good question, sir, which many people are going through. Now, focus and your physical atmosphere has got a strong connection, sir. Okay, there is a small book by James Clear, Atomic Habits. I would strongly recommend. Okay, he talks about it. There is a strong connection between our focus and the physical atmosphere. For example, when you sit down on the table to work, kindly avoid anything that is distraction. Distractions can always lead to distractions. Okay, yes, atomic habit. Okay, so one is the physical. Second one is having a to-do list. Okay, to-do list, and you can, as Brian Tracy says, you can put it ABCD, prioritize it. So when you have a task, each one, okay, you can put ABCD and circle it. Unless you finish the A item, please do not move to B item. First few days. So maybe slowly that would become part of it. Our own personality. Yes, ma'am.
So as Dr. Ricker says, it's like in the mind is already struggling with uh, so much of happening around. So when you put down your thoughts, you put down your actionable items every day, that will help you to improve your concentration. So a to-do list will help you to focus there than to say that, okay, I am thinking about what is happening outside. As long as you're safe inside, please pray for people. This you can do so much of help for families. Just praying will give relief to you. So there's another question. I do feel depressed few days and feel empty, cannot even describe what I feel and unable to express. What should I do? I have started exercising regularly and also have started doing meditation.
Okay, right. Ma'am, Sarah, since we have used the word depression, we need to find out what is the level of it. Okay, it may, I don't think it may be to the level of depression, because most of us so casually use the word depression. Need not be a depression, a small feeling of low about themselves. We need to find out the reason, ma'am, number one. And what we call it emotional triggers in psychology. There are certain situations, certain people, certain places can instigate certain emotions, certain situations in us. We need to find out that, and so that we can avoid that. Maybe in your case, in spite of doing exercises, in spite of doing meditations, I think we are having this, means we need to find out, ma'am. Maybe you can get in touch with us, then we can always help you out. Okay.
Anybody else? Anything? So if with all you as participants here, what is one thing that is helping you? If we put that one thing, I think we'll have around 60 answers, 60 practices. So if you can put down what is one thing that is helping you to cope with this.
There is also another suggestion: whenever during disruptive times, don't try to start a new relationship. Don't try to end the relationship, exist one. We always tell that don't make, don't break. Okay, both are involving lot of emotional turmoils. Okay, it's a simple suggestion. If there are youngsters here, teenage boys and girls, this is my suggestion. Okay, don't make and don't break. Okay, just put on, to go on with that, because we can definitely overcome. Things will change. This is not going to be the end. Please understand. This is no, but only thing is we should. That's what I had put it in the tagline. When going gets tough, only tough gets going. When going gets tough, only tough gets going. So we need to become tough so that we are able to be grow through it successfully.
Yeah, so suggest the tips, that the practices that are coming, not watching news, the iceberg theory. Yes, focus on the bottom one where you can build more.
True.
As Dr. Richard suggested, don't break or start a relationship. Uh, Another practice that is coming is rest is change of work. How you can look from the work point of view, keep yourself occupied. As Debolina, you're saying, yes, meditation is helping you, and keep away from social media. Excellent, Sir Muhammad Jamal, where you're saying I'm spending quality time with my 9-month-old daughter. Excellent. That's the precious moments. Yeah. So we
And
have, yeah.
another also, since Debolina also talked about the social media, please generally social media, that there is something called that break. The more and more you are, it's an addiction. Many people today, psychologists are comparing our social media addiction to an alcoholic addiction, because both people have got an equal amount of time, equal amount of effort. Okay, ICD-10, International Classification of Diseases, has even classified excessive selfie as a problem. So therefore, please be very careful about what you do with your social media. Yes,
Yeah.
listening to music is very good.
Is helping you. Very good. So we have
Very good,
7.
sir.
Siva Murugan.
Yes, sir.
Ma'am,
This
can
is
I add
Siva Murugan.
something?
Yes, is it audible, madam?
Yes, please.
So the session was very nice. Could you give us some suggestions to handle children during this period?
So
Okay.
that's a very important part. Yeah.
Very good. Thank you. Thank
Subarna,
you, Siva.
once we
Yeah.
address this question, then we'll come to you.
Okay.
Thank
Yes.
you, Siva Murugan sir. That's one of our favorite topic on parenting. Okay, so number one is what age children that we need to find out, sir. If they are very, very small children, okay, we have, okay, one is quality time. Second one is we have something called power of touch. Okay, at least 9 minutes children need to have a personal closeness with the parents. 9 minutes. First 3 minutes, it's also for the other parents. First 3 minutes as soon as they get up, or whenever you get up. Okay, whoever gets up early, that also matters. Okay, the first 3 minutes. And second 3 minutes when you come back from home or when you finish your work. The last 3 minutes before they go to bed. Because 9 minutes in a day, that child has got a lot of impact. Now, whenever you come back from home, and first thing, first 3 minutes, do not try to change anybody in the world. Nobody will ever change their behavior. You feel getting angry, shoes are thrown here and there, things are not proper. Do not get angry. Hold on to it. First, be positive, then do that. Third one, if they are, teenage children, they would like to hear the word I love you, or dada likes me, mama likes me. So please say it as often as possible. Now, hitting is not a solution, beating is not a solution. That's not going to be helpful. And these days we are getting cases of parents telling children are excessively addicted to the mobile. And most of these cases, the parents are also to be blamed, because we are also always on mobile. Okay, because values cannot be taught, values can only be caught. Values cannot be taught, values can only be caught. So the more and more role model I am, easy for me to change the behavior of my children in general. So specific issues, yes, that we can always take it up. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So adding to what Dr.
Thank
Richard
you, sir.
said, Shiv
Okay.
Murugan,
Yes, sir.
adding to what Dr. Richard said, uh, if the age bracket is 7 to, let's say, 15 or beyond that, then a list of all the things that the child can do in the spare time can be made together, or give the child the authority to do that, discuss how it can be done, plan how it can be done, support where it can be done. This is the time. But the key two things which Dr. Richard is also mentioning, love and lot of patience. To engaging them in household chores, this is the best time to develop their life skills. List down all, because we are the mates or any help in class is not coming. So if everybody can do it together, taking responsibility, this is also one of the ways to tell them how responsibility can be done. Being holidays, reading is one of the best exercise. Read it together, then they will read it by themselves. So these are few things which we have been also applying as part of our counseling sessions and with our own children as well. And that has helped. Yes, yes,
And
Suparna.
Yes,
yeah,
madam. Thank you,
and
madam. Thank you.
one more suggestion to Sivamurugan sir. Ma'am, once again, ma'am, Subhana. Sir, developing a routine would really help the children to
Yeah.
fall into, sir. Whatever may be the time, let there be a routine. Whether they are getting up at 6, 7, 8, whatever it is, let there be a routine. And once they fix the routine, let them get to it every day. So coming to a routine life will, remove lot of stress in the family, sir. And children also know what parents are expecting from them. And I'm telling you, for children, when the expectations are made very clear, and they always cooperate. It is only our inconsistency. Suddenly we are angry, suddenly we are over loving, suddenly we go and hug them, suddenly when they come near we so go, I'm busy. So children get confused, what this fellow wants, should I love him or not love him? Okay, so putting them at ease is always better. Yes, thanks.
Yes, sir. Agreed. Thank you, sir. Agreed. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yes, Suparna.
Yeah, thank you for the nice session. And for children, what you said is absolutely true. I think the routine is the key. I just would like to add one more point how I am keeping myself, motivated and, you can say keeping busy apart from the office work. So from last year onwards, when, we faced these issues, I started doing a voluntary work with BBMP. So we work as a telecallers, and we call the home isolation patients. Okay, so that I have started from last year. This year also we have just started. So this gives a very different kind of satisfaction that we are connecting with those home isolation patients who are actually in the need that nobody. We are just a hearing ears for them. And also, of course, the whole idea is to give a SOS or a red flag to if there is a attention case or if there is an emergency to the authority. But at the same time, we get so much of blessing, and sometimes we, of course, get to hear bad things. But it is very very satisfying. So that is one thing really really keeping me motivated in this time, that I can hear so many people trouble, but I can also give them suggestion, give them solution. And so this is what I wanted to just share.
Wonderful.
Very good.
Very powerful.
Excellent. Excellent.
Very
Very good.
nice.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. So we have another 2 minutes. Any other question, any other practice which you are following, please share. We have around 8, 9 practices which people have shared.
And maybe another suggestion is, since all of us may be at home, working from home, at least eating one meal together, that is better. Okay, breakfast, I have my doubt, either lunch or dinner. At least one meal together, all of us eating together, that would really enhance the emotional bond between the family members, especially if children are of teenage, the grown-up children. This would put, develop a strong sense of, we feeling with the family members.
Yeah.
Thank you, Adinarayana Murthy sir.
Yes. People are also like cooking home food for COVID patients who are recovering from COVID. That is also keeps you, it gives its gratitude that you're able to do that for someone. But this is the best time when our children can be trained on many life skills. Please utilize this time. This is right from, if you're saying you are meditating, meditate together. You are cooking, cook together. You are reading, read together. You are resting, rest together. You are sad, express that. But if that can be converted into what Dr. Richard said, humor, and yes, another participant is saying, can we watch humor together? If that can be developed in this time, it's about, so I was also watching one video where it said, what are antibodies? How can we create those antibodies? When you love your family member, when you express your family member, when you have gratitude, when you say that we are all together in this, when you support each other, this is how we are building antibodies. It's not about taking any medicines. As long as we are fit and healthy, this is the best way you can increase your antibodies. Thank you so much.